Brandon Aiyuk just got paid. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Pay my man the money. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little surprised when the deal came through. Jeffrey, let's check it out.
Yes, sir. 49ers. Wide receiver Brandon Aiyuk agreed to 4-year, $120 million extension with $76 million in guarantees.
Woo! That's a lot of money. That's $30 million a year. I am so happy that the Brandon Aiyuk saga is over. I feel like it's been lasting forever. But the 49ers aren't out of the woods yet. Jeffrey, let's see what Adam Schefter has to say about this.
Yes, sir. With the 49ers finally resolving the Brandon Aiyuk situation, they now can turn their attention to LT Trent Williams, who has been holding out since camp started and is being fined $50,000 each day.
Thanks, Jeffrey. This Trent Williams situation is still a problem. He's the best left tackle in the league. And when your offense is predicated on good blocking, Christian McCaffrey getting open lanes, and protecting Brock Purdy, the kid has not had the best offseason. Didn't have his receiver for part of it, didn't have his left tackle, didn't look great during the preseason. Now that the Brandon Aiyuk situation has been taken care of, I really hope they're working on Trent Richardson because this could be bad. He could really miss games. Only time will tell. Speaking of missing games, Jamar Chase isn't practicing. Is he gonna miss games? Maybe. There's been a lot of confusion on whether or not Jamar Chase is going to play. One day he's practicing and the coach is like, yeah, he's definitely going to play week 1. Then we turn around and we see him in street clothes, not really doing much at the facility. At the moment, it's up in the air. But what should you do as a fantasy football manager? For anyone out there who has drafted Jamar Chase and you are nervous about what is going to happen, I understand. I do. I would be nervous too if I had Jamar Chase on my team about missing a game or 2 or 3. But taking lowball offers is not the solution. I'm not trying to get pennies on the dollar for a top 5 draft pick. Not without knowing for sure he's going to be out. Look at the Brandon Aiyuk situation, the CD Lamb situation, holding out, not going to camp. Sometimes these things work themselves out. But not getting value for Jamar Chase right now, I feel like you're just not setting yourself up for success. People have been sending me a lot of trade offers that they've gotten, and they just don't match up. They look like offers I would send somebody who was worried about a situation. Remember this, there's a reason that these people are offering these trades. They know what's going on with Jamar Chase, and they know people are scared, but they're willing to take the risk. And if you're not, and you want to get out of the Jamar Chase business, I'm not going to be mad at you. It's not my fantasy team. At the end of the day, I will sleep fine at night. But when Jamar Chase is dropping 150 yards and 2 touchdowns in week 2 against the Kansas City Chiefs, there's going to be some salty managers out there. But if you're right, and he doesn't play for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games, then you'll be sleeping great at night. We don't know what's going to happen. If you want to sell, I get it. I'm not mad at you. I promise. But if it was me, y'all gonna have to come with some good offers before I'm giving away Jamar Chase. I'm not just giving you Jamar Chase. People trying to do 2-for-1s with Jamar Chase and Isaiah Pacheco for Bijan Robinson. But that's basically saying, do you want to trade a 1st and a 3rd for my 1st? Nah, I'm good. And don't get me wrong, I love Bijan Robinson. I do. My 2nd running back off the board. But I'm not trading you a 1st and a 3rd for a 1st. Nah, I'm good. Maybe I'm crazy, but I'm riding it out unless I get a good offer. Let me know what you're doing down in the comments. Now, if you haven't drafted yet and Jamar Chase is on the board, I still think he's a 1st-round pick, but he definitely holds more risk now. Jamar Chase is in a unique situation because he still has 2 years left on his deal. I see both sides of this. On the management side, they're like, bro, you got 2 years left on your deal. What are we doing here? You shouldn't be asking for this until at least next year. But on his side, he's like, I'm great. Give me more money, please. Do I think that the Cincinnati Bengals should pay him? I mean, yeah, probably. I don't think he has a lot of leverage, but I also think that the wide receiver market is only going to go up. He's not going to be cheaper if you pay him next year. And he's Jamar Chase. With Brandon Aiyuk, I understood why you wouldn't want to pay him $30 million a year. I get it. But you drafted Jamar Chase in the 1st round. You knew if you drafted him, this was the outcome you were hoping for. You wanted him to turn out like Jamar Chase is right now. Waiting to pay him is only going to make it more expensive. There's only two real options. Pay him or don't. But just to be clear, if you wait to pay him, the price is going to go up. It would be different if you had questions about his talent or whether or not he's good enough. He's Jamar Chase. Pay him and save some money. That's really what gets me, because it's like, I do think Jamar Chase is a little out of pocket asking for bread 2 years early. But I also think he ain't getting cheaper. Even if he has a mid-year this year, he ain't getting cheaper. Jeffrey, who's next?
Dak Prescott.
Speaking of money, CeeDee Lamb just got paid. Now, are they going to pay Dak Prescott? I don't think so. At least not soon. I don't think that they have any real urgency to pay him because they would have gotten it done already. My understanding is Dak is asking for north of $60 million to become the highest paid quarterback ever. Do I think he's worth it? To some other franchises, yeah, for sure. How many other franchises would want a quarterback that could get you 12 wins a year? Now, he had a bunch of all pros when he did it, but still, there's a hope and a dream. Somebody will pay Dak Prescott $60, $65 million a year. But will the Dallas Cowboys is the question. I don't think he gets done before the season, and I think that he's going to have to go on a run before they even think about paying him this money. That's a lot of money to pay for a quarterback that has not had very much postseason success at all. And on the heels of that terrible playoff performance being the last time you saw him, I kind of get the hesitancy. Don't let the numbers fool you. He was really bad in that game. I don't think Dak gets paid, but I also think that he's going to have a good year. So, only time will tell on that one. Speaking of the Dallas Cowboys, somebody else just signed there, didn't they?
Very astute, sir. He'll bring that up now.
Thanks, bro.
Four-time Pro Bowl running back Dalvin Cook is signing with the Dallas Cowboys, per his agency, LAA. Cook was waiting for the right opportunity and always felt it was Dallas, a marquee addition in Big D.
Marquee might be a little strong, but I do think this is a good addition to their practice squad. I don't believe he's made the full roster yet, but I do think that we will see Dalvin Cook on the field this year. I mean, right now their running backs are Ezekiel Elliott and Rico Dowdle. It's not like they have the deepest of running back rooms. So an older running back joining, cool. I still think that Zeke or Dowdle is a solid flyer. If you want to throw a bone to Dalvin Cook and pick him in the last pick of your draft, I'm fine with it. I still think that it's going to be Zeke or Rico Dowdle, but Dalvin Cook was good a couple years ago. A couple years is a long time for a running back position, though. Now that we've talked about people getting paid, let's talk about some news that may affect people's draft stock. A couple running backs come to mind.
Josh Jacobs and Kyron Williams.
We'll get into that in the next episode right here. See you soon. Peace.